Time to talk about yet another one of those Amazon cannibal movies, and I bet it is absolutely nothing like the others in the subgenre. It's exactly like the others.
Go on, George, go in closer to Deodato.
For more than 3 months now, we've been living in the jungle. Our only means of communication with the outside world has been this small plane, which at the moment is under repair, and the helicopter has been bringing out our supplies. We came here in the first place to make a film taken from a true story, and while filming, we've lived a real adventure ourselves in a world where cannibalism still exists. It seems impossible that today there are still primitive tribes who have never seen a white man. Tribes still living in the Stone Age. It's very dangerous here. In fact, we have to be continually protected by armed men.
Okay, maybe I jumped the gun a little bit in saying that this movie is exactly like the other Amazon cannibal movies. I mean, this one is called Jungle Holocaust instead of Cannibal Holocaust, because Cannibal Holocaust had nothing to do with the jungle. Jungle Holocaust comes to us from director Ruggero Deodato, and it's the first in his trilogy of cannibal movies, which also includes Cannibal Holocaust and Cut and Run. Make sure you watch them in order, though, or you'll be just as confused as someone from the Amazon watching this movie. Jungle Holocaust was originally set to be directed by Umberto Lenzi, and it was planned as a sequel to the first movie in the subgenre, Lenzi's Man from Deep River, aka The Man with the Silly Hats. When Lenzi bowed out, Deodato took over and gave us what is often called a film that isn't nearly as graphic as the others in the genre. Rated PG-13. Not much is known about the budget, other than it is unknown and low. Well, that's the most shocking thing about this movie. But it doesn't matter if Lenzi directed it or Deodato, because at the end of the day, a lot of animals are probably gonna get killed. I, for one, expect class out of Era Cinematographica, which obviously stands for Cinema Error. Just remember, this is Deodato's film, not anyone else's, but Deodato's. This is Deodato's film. Now let's get into Jungle Last Cannibal World. What the fuck? First of all, I'm tired of DVD covers arguing with the movie's title. Can't any of them fucking get along? And secondly, if this is the last Cannibal World, shouldn't it be the third in the Cannibal trilogy and not the first? Let's see, this is the true account of the series of events. Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, 'cause nope! Our lead character is Robert Harper, an oil prospector who I hope is better at that than being a pilot prospector. This dude is hammered.
Robert, oughtn't you to stop him drinking?
Look, I've done about 100 hours with him. And I tell you, he flies circles around me, drunk or sober.
Ever occur to you that the reason that he's flying in circles is because he's drunk? I feel the most sorry for the cameraman, who's duct taped to the wing of the plane. Though if they just keep showing the exterior of the plane, that'll make it a lot easier for the dubbing. Why John Lennon and Yoko Ono wanted to vacation on the set of an Amazon cannibal movie, I'll never know. For a drunk pilot, I suppose he lands it okay, seeing how not all of the pieces are missing.
The undercarriage looks okay, and if I can find the wheel, it shouldn't be too hard to put it back again.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. One of you brought a jar of rubber cement, right? This was actually a big inspiration for Tropic Thunder, as Deodato secretly filmed his actors roaming through the jungle and with destroyed radio parts.
Well, where the hell are they? It's almost as if something forced them to get out in a hurry.
Yeah, they heard a cannibal movie was being filmed there, and they didn't want a pole shoved up their ass. I can't wait for the prequel that shows us what happened to the previous visitors. It'll be just as good as The Thing 2011.
This was made by a man. And whoever made it, used it to kill.
Or to pleasure themselves with, not really sure which.
Yes, judging from the way this was made, it seems as though they're still living in the Stone Age.
Right? There's not even a place to put batteries in that thing. Robert runs out into the woods, for no other reason than if he didn't, there'd be no movie. The film wastes no time in showing footage of a snake killing another animal. It's a good thing they did, too, because otherwise I totally wouldn't have known they were in the jungle. And tensions are already high.
Do me a favor. I'm not in the mood for one of your lectures on jungle survival.
Yeah, you were the bad guy and eaten alive. I'm not listening to you. Thankfully, they run into some good luck.
I can see the windsock.
Yes, thank God. Now your feet won't get cold. You know what could have saved her? A windsock. So far, not as bad as vacationing in Wyoming.
We'll have to wait till morning to take off now, Mr. Harper. It'll be dark soon.
Wow, when he said it would get dark soon, he wasn't kidding. It got dark immediately in the next frame. Now they can reflect on how stupid they are.
Yes, cannibals. Last cannibals left in the world.
That is, until Hannibal returns for season 3. One of the cannibals looks in, but immediately runs away by the sight of shitty beer. Then he comes back because a person would taste a whole lot better. Who would have thought something bad would happen by going outside?
We've got to stay in the plane. To go into the jungle at night. Suicide.
Why did you let the girl go out there? In fact, why are any of you leaving? Good catch, Tony. Should we, fix his unfortunate comb-over before we bury him? He died as he lived, unconscious and with possible liver damage. Now it's up to Johnny Dark and Bryan Cranston to get the hell out of there. Thank God they're optimistic.
You think she's still alive? Well, I don't.
The only reason that she might be alive is because they didn't show it. But then again, the budget is unknown and low. They had to save their money for this fantastic buffet. Well, I am no longer hungry for a person today. All they have to do now is cross the river, but with inspirational teamwork music. You're not making me forget that 2 minutes ago, there was footage of people eating people. Hey! When did this turn into the Swiss Family Robinson? Damn, this is seeming like a short movie.
I'll tell you one thing. If I manage to survive this damn awful trip, I never want to hear the word jungle ever again.
Then you better hope you're watching the version called Last Cannibal World. The music tells me that everything is gonna be okay. All for the best. If the cannibals didn't eat him, the crocodiles sure as hell would. Robert is now on his own, and not only has he discovered some stock footage, but also hallucinogenic mushrooms, which he'll then smuggle back into the United States. Bet you wish you joined the cannibals for their smorgasbord now, don't you? Unfortunately, his freakout is ruined by rude cannibals. Hey, keep your chin up, Prospector. Maybe they have a bunch of oil. They take him back to their headquarters and immediately throw him into the Batcave, right before speaking in their secret chant. See? They're not all bad. They're just huge Arsenio Hall fans. Ah, good. Jungle Holocaust Nova is here. This is a subgenre that'll force you to show your dick on camera whether you want them to or not. Poor dumbards don't know anything about clothes or fine menswear. I realize, Mr. Cannibal, that you're probably a picky eater. I'm just saying that watch probably tasted better than a spleen. Charles Bronson is going to need that watch to force a drug dealer to eat it. I have no idea what he said, but I assume that Thunderdome was in there somewhere, or something stupid.
The plane. Oh my God, they think I can fly.
Well, you can suddenly speak telepathically, so maybe you can fly. Maybe they should try asking him first. Either this movie thinks that we've forgotten the previous 20 minutes, or those mushrooms are still working their way through his system. After a while, their chanting grows more intense. I don't know who the hell this guy is, but we need to show someone getting tortured, so here you go. Whatever keeps ants away from the picnic, I guess. Robert is so distracted by watching the ants that he doesn't realize he could probably crawl right underneath that. At least he knows that the only hot one in the tribe is probably the one that'll help him.
No. That's not it.
Hand job good. Sad face while giving the hand job. Whatever, just finish up. Now we have the arts and crafts section of the movie. One day I'm sure they'll finish making that printing press. Shit, I'm starting to get a little confused. Thank God they throw in scenes of them killing a bird, killing a snake, and then a snake killing a bat. These movies really are the worst. Good, now we can get back to the regular movie. Oh wait, sorry, they gotta kill a crocodile. What? They had to show that. It is the true story after all.
So that's what I'm in this hole for.
Yep, so you can project animal cruelty on the big screen. Thanks, drunk pilot. At least they eat the crocodile meat afterwards, which begs the question, if they have crocodile, why do they need to eat Tony? Wait, you mean this damn thing could have just been pulled down the whole time? I'd be pissed too. It serves them right. His grandfather was a crocodile. He takes Poulin, the hot one, with him. She doesn't know her way around the jungle, but she's got the nicest rack, so good choice. Being two naked people in the woods, I hope they don't run into anything awkward. Oof. Crocodile meat does not appear to agree with everybody. She's got the scale shits. Well, what the hell did she eat a baby for? And if you really want to know what happens to that baby, it's fine. Luckily for Poulin, he's as good at restraints as they are at cages. He's gonna be so mad when he gets done fighting a tribe of leeches. Okay, well, I guess that'll stop her. Dude, what the fuck? Now you're forcing me to choose who to root for. The cannibals or the rapist? Oh, so she's nice to him now. This movie has the subtlety of Swept Away. Ditch the romantic music. He just raped her. And it looks like he's gonna do it again. Now even the movie knows that in order to bring class back into it, they need to bring back Ivan Rasimov, Satan from Eerie Midnight Horror Show. At the least, the movie can have small talk back.
Like I was telling you, place is a mansion. I'll take you there, old buddy. It's only an hour's drive from Los Angeles.
Robert, I've now seen your dick size. You can't brag about your mansion size anymore. While Rasimov's Rolf may still be alive, unfortunately, he has a small forest growing on his knee. A helicopter soon flies by, but sorry, can't save you yet. God forbid the movie is only 66 minutes long.
They're down there, it'll take a ground search to find them. The jungle's so thick, all we can see is treetops.
You had to fly over it to figure that out?
We'll turn back on inner leg of section 9-6. Those guys are lost down there. God help them.
Yeah, fuck them. We got football to watch. All Robert would do is just complain on the helicopter anyway.
This water tastes terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Majesty. It's at least good enough for the leeches. Unfortunately, he has to brave that filthy water and avoid more dangerous stock footage. I can't complain too much about that scene, because at least it looks better than this. Not all the footage is stock, though. That's the sound a snake makes when it sticks out its tongue. I always thought it was this. Looks like they got themselves some weapons now.
Well, at least we've got a deadly weapon now. Cobra poison kills in seconds.
Huh. Well, no need to question anything in a movie that's a true story. Why even take a zoology class? Just put in your copy of Jungle Holocaust. They find the airfield, but unfortunately they don't have the drunk pilot to fly it. Maybe one of these nice cannibals can do it. Oh, why kill her? She had the least amount of meat. And I know I say this in all of the cannibal movies, but what's with the soundtrack? Don't you love it when if you close your eyes, you can't tell if you're watching an Amazon cannibal movie or the start of a Frank Capra film? Good news is the boys got away. The bad news, the tribe is still hungry. Only cobra that kills better than a cobra is fucking cobra. Now why are you doing that? The venom already killed them in seconds. And now the cannibals aren't gonna bother him, just because they don't want him to make that face anymore. It was good of Robert to pray to God earlier, because the airplane magically starts, and they can get the hell out of there. Oh, and Rolf dies, probably because he didn't want to see Robert's mansion. Now when I close my eyes, I sort of hear the soundtrack to One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which if you place the word cuckoo with cannibal, that's the most appropriate title for this film. Okay, you can repeat this shit to me at the end of the movie too. Doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking believe it. I see Robert is now retired and lives on a farm with his family in Mexico. I believe in a little place called Mierda de Torosburg. Thank God I was watching one of the less graphic of the cannibal movies. It was only edited in a few countries. Whether it was by 10 minutes in Sweden or 4 minutes by the BBFC to remove many scenes of cannibalism in the Cannibal movie. So that's why it's called Jungle Holocaust, because if you cut out the cannibals, then the title still makes sense. You can't cut out the jungle. I must say, between this, Cannibal Ferox, and Cannibal Holocaust, I sure am glad there's not many of these kind of movies. Just Mountain of the Cannibal God, Eaten Alive, Cannibal Terror, Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, Mondo Cannibal, Amazonia, Zombie Holocaust. How many of these are there? Wait, Adam and Eve versus the cannibals? Adam and Eve versus the cannibals? What the fuck? Anyway, that's the end of Guy crash lands into the Amazon, watches people and animals get eaten, then leaves.
Fish.